Alright guys, so the product is Cosmo Local, which is basically for you can find place. You can see that very clearly. You can find a hut, you can find some place by the hills, you can find some place in the villages, or maybe a castle if you wanna find a place to stay over anywhere in the world. Some of the unique features about the any of the room or any of the place reserved. And the tagline that we've given to the Cosmo Local is every city has your home. Some of the other things that we're trying to put on the other places of the box is you have over 3 lakh homes available. You have we have locations in 30,000 cities in 90 countries, and 90% off on when you do a reservation in Syria, Somalia, and Bosnia. Some of the other things. We're headquartered in Bermuda Triangle, and we have no other branches. We're closed on public holidays. Some of the unique features, if one of you guys want to explain about.
Your home, you put your home and then you get another home. The other one is get a pet. So this is, we thought, is very special, that people who want to stay and they want to have their personal home touch, they get a pet. Then Queen Elizabeth's Castle is also available on the app. You can book Queen Elizabeth's app. And Queen Elizabeth's Cook Studio apartment is also available. So we thought that people might not get dissuaded, that this is for only rich people. So we thought of offering Queen Elizabeth's Cook Studio apartment also. Then next is haunted houses, also available with ghost on demand feature. So you have a companion app that covers local food, local essentials, local travel, local stories for a Cosmo you.
There's more, I think, on the side.
Yeah, so there is, on this side we have put Aaj Nagad Kal Udar, and there were some interesting thoughts that we should be closed on Diwali. And then there is a contact number where you can reach out.
Okay, you can stay here. Stay here. And putting in all these key features that you did, was the group contributing to it? Was it one person's idea?
No, so the group was wholeheartedly, they were contributing. Everyone was contributing to it. So we started off thinking with a lot of names. A lot of interesting names came out. So we decided on Cosmo Local because we thought that this is an international housing thing, so it has to have an international name. Otherwise, we were thinking of Ghar Ho To Aisa or things like that. And it was a lot of fun. And there was a lot of fun element in that. We were thinking of putting in a lot of creativity and adding some comic stuff there. Dinkar provided a feedback that we should provide a lice shampoo free with every stay. So that was a USP. And then we also thought of that somebody who might not have hair, how would he use it? So we thought that somebody who does not have hair, the shampoo can also provide some hair to those people. So there was a lot of fun and a lot of interaction was there, and a lot of everyone contributed to it. So everyone drew something over there. I was trying to draw a dog over there, and I ended up drawing a chua. So sorry about that.
That's okay, that's your product. So, did you guys have a lot of thoughts and then you finally converged on these final, say, 5-6 ones?
Yes.
Yeah? So did you feel that was valuable, that you kind of have, obviously, in fact, if you see in real life also, a lot of customers don't really know what exactly are the key features that they want to offer to their potential customers also. You might, as a product company, think that, okay, there are these thousands of things that I can offer, but obviously what are the ones which are the most compelling ones that need to be out there for the customers to make a buying decision? That's something which possibly this exercise would have helped you identify. Yeah. Any key learnings, and do you think you'll buy this product yourself?
Yeah, sure, I would definitely, because if I want to lease out the castle, if I'm going with my family, then I would certainly want to lease out the castle. Otherwise, Elizabeth's Cook would do a great favor to me.
Any key learnings from this process?
Yes, so it is.
You want to highlight,
yeah, so one key learning, several key learnings. That's how we think about the product all the time, that what are the features that are supposed to be there, but we never think about the sell, how are we going to sell the product, and what the product in a box. I mean, I never thought about it, that how do you prepare your pitch for a product, and how do you go to your customers that these are the key features. If you have to create some advertisements also, or if you have to create a brochure, then what are the key elements of it. So, and also the fun part of it, I mean, so if you can just add some key features in a funny way, then obviously humor is, it's the best medicine, so it invites more customers.
Great.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. Something more to add?
Yeah, I think for me what worked more was that we got into potential customers and tried to figure out, okay, this may be something that he might require, this may be something else that he might need. So I think that way we all thought of different personas and we were trying to come on to the final product that we finally did.
Nice.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I know, I'm going to exactly go for that. That's the only reason I'll actually pick up that product. Right, thanks a lot. We'll have the second group present now. Yeah?
Okay, so our product is Globetrotter, which is anywhere just a click away. So basically, we are across the globe, and it's not just the 2 locations, it's everywhere. We could only draw these 2. So you can actually book. So we are currently, these are 3 USPs that we have. We are currently in 34,000 cities across 190 countries. And one is our tagline, which is very important. Castle ho ya villa, humko sab mila. So whatever you want to have, you can have anything on our in our product. And the third one is, what you see is what you get. So basically, it doesn't explain much because we were thinking out for better words, but we couldn't get it. But that's what we could put up. So it's basically, you can see your room before you book it, and you can actually see the location of the room, and like you can book it in Book My Show, you can book it that way. So we could have put it in better words. So now I think Saurabh will explain more.
Okay, on the back of the box, we have listed some of the key features, which is again our theme was primarily to look at the globe and what is it that needs to be covered from a globe perspective. So prime locations, club membership, and pick-up and drop facilities. These are the key things which are in green. The ones in red are also things which are targeted little niche segments which are discrete and international calling if you want. So that's how we have listed out the core features that we have of this particular product. This is the website, which is www.globetrotter.com. There's even a Delhi phone number. The other part that we kind of included as part of the description was, this is primarily targeted at the let. This is also let out. This is the website is for the sellers as well as the buyers. So we have let out for guaranteed returns. This is targeted at the sellers people who might be interested in renting out their villa. And our description really states that a global travel enabler who believes in one size doesn't fit all. Yeah? Somebody wants to take a. Okay. Some of the key stuff, the USPs that we have listed on sites: free meals, free Wi-Fi.
Free meals.
Yeah. We didn't have the constraints of Mr. Mittal saying that this is his budget, so single room bookings, then free cancellation and cash on arrival. Yeah. Yeah. So that about covers the product that we have.
You also accept it.
Yeah, we miss putting it, but there is, if you go on the site, you'll see we also take Paytm.
So, tell us a little about how the group converged on finally this box. Were there conflicts in the beginning? Did you have like a lot of ideas which needed to be on the box?
Somebody wants to
talk about that?
Yeah.
So, actually this list helped us. So we took these points here: product name, graphic, tagline, few bullet points expressing the most compelling features, product description, and USPs. So we felt that it was first important for us to understand the product, and what we did was to have a brainstorming session between all of us, whether we want to segment the market, whether we want to target all of it that is written in the case brief or a specific segment within that target audience. We concluded that we should target the entire audience and go with the full offering that is described over here. And then we went into each of the key features which we put together on post-its, and that was a very helpful exercise because after understanding the vision of the product, we were actually listing out individual features all prioritized then into high, medium and low. And out of the highs and the mediums, we figured out what our USP would be. We took a quick vote on it and defined that this is our USP. So as those product visionaries, we were able to not only assimilate the vision, then went on to describe and define each and every feature on it, and then narrow down on a specific USP which is going to be our selling point. Once we had that, then we came up with the tagline, we came up with the slogan, and finally the name of the product and the graphic on top of it. So helpful exercise to go through that process.
Great. Any clear conflicts that you want to talk about that you had to resolve?
The only sort of disagreement was at the very beginning, which was around whether the offering that we have over here should be further focused or not. And that was the one area which we grappled for a while. We were wondering whether this is too broad, apartment for a night, castle for a week, villa for a month, and the audience over here is the entire age group. You're catering to all age segments, and that is something that we were wondering whether the box itself should be focused on a specific age group, age segment, or a part of the market, or the entire market. That was the.
How did you end up resolving that?
I guess we took a quick vote on it, and most people felt that what is given over here is already part of the product. Mr. Mittal has already decided what the business is going to be, and he already has it running. What we are doing is to just package it and give it in that box and define specific features, or more of an incremental evolution rather than early inception. We felt that Mr. Mittal already wants to sell these three things and to the entire age group, so we went ahead with that.
Any key learnings that you want to talk about?
It was the process itself which emerged so quickly. Even though five of us, we don't know each other, we were able to use the learnings overall from our experiences and the discussions today to come up with a process very quickly, impromptu, and that I believe was the most fun part of it.
Great. Thanks so much. When you have the last group now, they are the ones who struggled a lot all through. So it will be interesting to hear how you really arrived at that box finally.
So we have come up with the name Journist, which is a combination of journey plus nest. So first of all, we finalized the two personas as usual. So the one who want to place it on for booking, and the other one who is actually a seller. So one who is a seller, we have given a tagline, turn your space into an experience. So then there is a world map, and where we have put the bullet points showing the geographies we are into. So we have highlighted 34,000 cities and 190 countries, mentioning that we are already running our business into so many places that the idea is already accepted globally. And there's a description at the bottom saying, let the world. So let is caption. So let the world know about your space. And then there's the highlighting about the website, www.journalist.com. Then the more about the USP. So we have highlighted 1.2 million users earning $10,000 per month from 3 billion plus listing, 3 million plus listing. So that is for the sellers. For the buyers, we have highlighted, so for a buyer, if I'm going to travel to a place, so first thing that will catch my eyes is the place itself. So if I'm going to Dubai or Paris, so we have captured those 4 famous places across the world. So Paris, Agra, Swiss Alps and Dubai. So we have captured, so it catches the attention on the very first go. And then we have given a description, so live in a studio apartment or take her to a castle. Choose a space from millions of listings. So then we have given some more USPs for the buyers. So this is a reliable customer service. So your cash is safe with us till you stay, and your first dinner is on us. So for customers, it is 20% off on your first booking. For sellers, it's no commission on your first first earning.
Nice.
So that's it.
Do you want to talk about how the group dynamic here?
Anurag wanted to brief about that.
Yeah, hi. So the most important was to figure out who can draw really well on the box. Yeah, literally we were figuring it out in the first 15 or 20 minutes. Then we used the last 5 or 10 minutes to draw it out in the paper.
So that was the only struggle in arriving at that box.
Yeah, matlab, the idea was very clear from the beginning that we will take 2 users and on the different side of the boxes we will advertise for them. But what to draw and how to draw it was the
And from the very beginning, the entire group was on the same page about what exactly needs to be your product statement.
Yeah, actually.
Okay, that's great. That's great. There are some key learnings that you want to share from this entire activity.
We'll learn how to draw.
Good. Right. So obviously we saw different groups had different learnings, different groups had different struggles also. But at the end, I think we all kind of circle back to the point where we say that this exercise in a way gives you visibility of what exactly are the most compelling features of your product that you want your customers to base their buying decision on. Do we agree on that? Yes. Yeah? And it's a very good exercise, at least in our inceptions we've seen that this exercise at least helps crystallize our customers' thoughts also. Obviously when they come into an inception, that's what we typically call a discovery exercise here at ThoughtWorks. But in the inceptions, the customers come up with a lot of ideas, and especially when you have people from different functions like finance users, you'll have marketing users, then you'll have ops users. When they all come together, they have a very different vision of the product in their heads. Obviously, each of them leaning towards wanting their set of features to be the ones which should always be there, right? And how do they eventually converge on one specific box? It's a great exercise to have everybody kind of collaborate and then have a unified vision of what this product is going to be. It helps us as a delivery team, as a team which is going there in for the inception, to understand those needs of the customer and have some sort of a guiding light to work towards what this product's vision is going to be for the customer as well. Yeah?
So I have a question. So when you take a software product or a project instead of a hypothetical scenario,
right.
The box is essentially a means, a mechanism for you to identify what is the most attractive or most key feature of the product.
Right.
And can you give an example of what emerged out of it, a possible tagline or a possible key USP of a software product, and how that happened in a real scenario?
Right.
You take a case brief which describes the vision of the product and then you go into the collaborative mode?
Exactly. So typically what happens is that when we're talking about products in our industry, they are going to be essentially in the most tangible form. You could imagine them to be websites or softwares which are going to be internally used at the customer's location for their internal functions, or perhaps a mobile app, right? These are the most tangible outcomes that the customers will be looking at, right? Obviously, during the discovery, we might just try to say that, okay, this one thing is better to go for over the other one. But what this helps us in understanding is that whatever that final outcome is, what are the key features that are not really going to be compromised upon? Obviously, I have a lot of thoughts in my head. I want everything to be in my product, but can I roll out everything together? That also is a very important thing, that, okay, my time to go to market is fairly limited, especially because in the current business scape, you have a lot of competitors coming out with really new innovative products time and time again. So if I have to beat the competition, I have to go to market fairly quickly. What are those absolute key features that I want out there in my product into the market when I go there, right? So it helps us crystallize that it helps the customer crystallize that thought, and it helps us having some sort of a guiding light when we approach the MVP, which is the minimum viable product, and of course from there on also the product vision in a way.
Can I add one thing to it? So is a unified thing. Sometimes within their organization there are a couple of point of views. And what this has helped is bring it out early. We had situations where in an inception, the CEO, founder, the chief business officer, and VP of engineering came out with a totally different product in a box vision. So it helps them within themselves also figure out where the discord is or where the difference of opinion is. It's a very good tool in which everyone comes on the same page, and it kind of triggers the collaboration mood for the rest of the.
Yeah, so typically we do this exercise in the beginning of Zinka mentioned for the rest of the days, where we then have more intensive workshops on what exactly has been surfaced from this exercise.
And needless to say, 40 minutes doesn't suffice.
Oh yeah. At times we would definitely want it to be time boxed, considering that the Inception doesn't have like as open a time space that we have. But at the same time, we would obviously want to give some more time based on this group size also. And if in case we have bigger groups, then we try to split them and try to have different functions, like representation from different functions in each of the groups also. So they can come up with different boxes themselves and then finally converge.
I guess the effectiveness would also depend on how much input and groundwork you bring to the workshop. Before
Absolutely,
the inception,
yeah.
you would need to have the key features defined. You're not thinking it up or cooking it up like a haunted house scenario where it's
Actually, no, Steph, maybe that's the wrong assumption. See, one of the things is you end up not writing anything. And the inceptions that I have led, we've tried 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour. And the shorter the duration, the more immediately they start writing. And rather than saying cooking it up, what happens is that the clients have thought something about it. It may not be the most well articulated or covering everything, but the whole idea is to get them sharing their thoughts, articulating their thought, which is very important for the rest of the. So sometimes even if they are cooking it up or they're putting in half thought, that's a very good stuff.
It's interesting to hear that with the time ideas would actually emerge. So
That's
something to be tried
what
out.
happened in our group, right? So this is one learning that I take from here. Is
thought process as to what we are trying to build. There are a couple of things like visioning. You set the vision. You set the what will be the success criteria. What are our hopes and concerns about it? You do different bits and pieces of the exercises to. I'll say more and more detail it out and do it. So it's just not that, okay, you made this box, now pick up the features and start building it. There are a couple of things which happen before and after this, which collab together then end up defining your MVP, you can say that, or your product roadmap actually.
Yeah, and just one more point to add is that when you're asking in real life examples, how does it help? So just like Zinka said, so there are various different parties. One is that you understand what every party is thinking, what is their vision. One other way of running it is that you divide the groups in such a way that there is one representative from every community in that group. So that they have that discussion, they have that debate that I want my feature and the other says I want mine. And at the end of it, they have to, and when you time box it, they have to arrive at those top 5 features which they want definitely as part of the product. And other people in that group realize the value of that particular feature over their own. And then they let it go, right? Otherwise, it's very difficult to convince one party over the other that why is a certain feature being let gone off versus the other which is being prioritized. So there's a product owner, then there is a financial representative or a marketing representative who has their timelines. Everybody put together, then they come up with the top set of features. So it helps with prioritization to a great extent as well.
Right. Close this, we actually want to leave you guys with some key takeaways which you might resonate with, or perhaps you might want to add to these. But I think as a group, what we think Product in the Box has helped us in multiple occasions during inceptions are in these manners. Crystallizing your product idea, we've spoken a lot about it, a lot of thoughts then finally coming together and getting some sort of form to them. Understanding your product USP, this is again from a customer's perspective, the customer also gets more aware of what they want to try to sell. Yeah, it also gives them a competitive advantage. And then establishing the customer connect with the product. When you start thinking as to how exactly your customer is going to establish that connect to make their buying decision, you actually have a great sort of a box coming together where you can have all those compelling features which are in your head required to have your product being sold to the customer. Yeah? So we'll leave you with this, and if you still have further questions, of course you can write to us, and we'll be around while the dinner is being served, of course, right after this. So you can talk to us if you have any further questions, any thoughts that you want to share about just the workshop or the entire event today. I would request you guys to fill up your feedback forms before we break into dinner. yeah, and share it with any of the volunteers around. And if you have any detailed feedback that you want to write to us about, please feel free to send out a note on any of the email addresses that you have. Or I would actually want you guys to join the LinkedIn group of Converge that exists. Even the Facebook group, there's a Facebook page of Converge which you can like. And I'm hoping that you guys would have tweeted during the event. If not, maybe you can just drop a small tweet which says whatever you're feeling about the event right now. Yeah, it has been a great. It has been great to have you guys over, and we would look forward to have you all back for the next Converge. Typically, we do Converge events every 6 months. And if you are logged in on the page, if you have signed up on the page, you'll get to see all the details coming around as and when a new Converge is approaching. Thanks a lot again, and we'll see you again next time. Cheers.
Thank you. So dinner is here.